Hi guys.
I was just gonna say, lad's got the
Hi
shades.
guys. TD. Right. Let's introduce this thing. Right. Hi guys. Welcome to that's off the hot off the press show. Bringing you latest transfer football news, and we've got Latimer's Prime with us. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Right.
Glad to be here.
Yep. Got that's me. That's me. Flawless. First time on the channel. How are you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm good. Thanks for inviting me, man. Much appreciated.
No, thanks for coming on. It means the world to us. And regular
Anytime.
TD on there as well. How are you?
How you going, guys?
You recovered from your illness?
Yeah, man. It's just I feel so like from all the sickness I've been doing lately. So it's been crazy. I was just gonna say, Prime's rocking a helmet, so and he's got his sunglasses, so nobody knows who he is.
Right. That's probably what made you even better is that the fact that we're going to the first point. Obviously, us being me being an Arsenal fan, we're going to the Arsenal news, and that Aubameyang has signed a new deal. Finally, he has signed a deal going to 2023. And yeah, TD, your thoughts on this?
Mate, I'm just finally exhausted and mentally drained that it's finally got over the line. I've been waiting for so long that like I've been refreshing Instagram, and I'm so glad it's done, and we can lay back and relax and say that it's done, and we don't have to worry about it any longer. Honestly, it was so long that I've literally just been like, and I'm just like wanted it to happen, obviously, but I'm just kind of I'm stressed because I stressed about it for way too long that I felt like I've got into cardiac arrest. Honestly, like.
I would say it's a bit extreme, but there you go. Yeah, I'm relieved it's done. I just couldn't see where we could get another sort of his goal level from. So the fact that he's made such a commitment to stay at Arsenal is probably sacrificing a lot from Aubameyang. I'll get some Latimer as a Chelsea fan. What do you think?
Aubameyang. I think, yeah, from the Arsenal point of view, it's good that you kept him. But I see Arsenal fans online trying to compare it to the situations when you've lost your other players like Van Persie or Fabregas or Nasri or Clichy, and it's different situations. My opinion.
And Flawless, as a Man U fan, what do you think?
I'm surprised he stayed, actually. And the reason why I'm surprised he stayed is because of the level Aubameyang is at, that nobody went in for him. Considering he was going into the last year of his, if you go to negotiate and try to get him from Arsenal, his value drops by like 50%. So I'm very shocked that nobody went in to try and go and get someone of Aubameyang's level. Like, he's guaranteed 25 goals a season. Like, that's guaranteed. Whether you rate his link-up play and things of that nature. But obviously, for whatever reasons, top clubs around Europe decided not to go and get him, which I was surprised about. And we're used to seeing Arsenal lose their best players. And this is a regular thing. We've seen this for the past 10, 15 years, Arsenal losing their best players. So I thought Aubameyang was going to follow suit, but for whatever reason, teams didn't go in for him, and Aubameyang stays. So I suppose you, as an Arsenal fan, are very happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely buzzing about it. To be honest, I think that was the main thing we had to sort of focus on. So I literally couldn't see where we're going to get that sort of goal level from, especially at the fact that we've got such a poor side in such as midfield, and such a creativity. So being able to keep him is probably from his point of view, probably sacrificing a lot for the project that we want, and we're going down. Because he could probably go into any sort of top club and win trophies. But the fact he's managed to stay at Arsenal is probably a sacrifice a lot from him. And Rams, how are you?
I'm not too bad, man. Can't wait for this weekend. Liverpool versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
Expecting a good victory for Liverpool this weekend.
I mean, if the first
Rams.
victory is Liverpool losing 3-1, then sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll get to that. Just quickly, your thoughts. We just talked about Aubameyang's deal, new deal at Arsenal. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a good thing for Arsenal, man. He's one of the top 5 strikers in the world, in my opinion. I think you keeping him at Arsenal is gonna help you try and push for those top 4 positions, because let's be honest, he's your main talisman in attack. So yeah, it's a great deal for Arsenal.
Moaz, Stephen, I heard Ozil may not make the 25 Premier League squad. We might sell him due to homegrown player rules. Well, I don't really want to mention his name anymore because it's just driving me up the wall.
Nah, mention his name. Nah, Stephen, we ain't bypassing that. Nah. Get into it.
PS4 specialist.
That's what these shows are all about. Let's get into it. Go on.
350k PS4 specialist. No, man.
350k.
Hey, don't
PS4
disrespect the
specialist.
PS4, man.
Nah, let's go, man. Let's go in. I want to hear what you have to say. The people want to know.
Than I do, and I end up in hospital playing it.
Hey, the PS5 is coming out. Ozil's going to be getting it with the money you guys.
Yeah, he's getting that's
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah.
Yo,
PS5.
Ozil's already pre-ordered that, mate. He is ready and raring to go. He has pre-ordered it. You get what I'm saying? He's not even complaining about his stats or nothing. Ozil's ready to go.
I'll tell you what, his FIFA rating.
I tell you another game.
PS4 playing, it'd be 99.
I tell you another game he's going to be pre-ordering is probably FIFA 21. That's another game he's going to be pre-ordering. He's going to be playing the match shit out of that.
Yeah, facts. He's getting a package deal on that. You get me, with the PS5. He's making sure FIFA 21 comes with that. You get me, that and Fortnite and that. You know what I'm saying? Also out here, PS5 specialist.
Do you think Arsenal could? No. No.
Actually, Stephen, I would actually have to disagree with you. 100%. I'd have to disagree with you. 100%. Disagree.
Go on, then.
Within 2 years, yeah. Within 2 years, I reckon we can do it. Within 2 years, 2. And honestly, and I know I'm going to get a lot of stick for this saying this, but I don't think we'll fall against the bigger teams this year. Look at for example, look at the mess that Man United are in right now. They can't get Sancho over the line. There's looking at Bale, right? You know, Reguilon looks like he's joining Spurs, right? You know, and there seems to be a little bit of a complication around Man United at the moment. Chelsea, right? They bought all these players, but they're still going to need time to gel, right? And to combine and work well together with this team. Liverpool, if you look at their team, right, the best team in the league by a country mile. I'm not going to dispute that, right? You know, but I feel like when they played the game against Leeds, I feel like there were still some defensive frailties. There were still people's heads. Gini, for example, I think he's got his head turned by Barcelona. Whether he's going to stay or not, whether he's going to stay or not, it's up for debate whether he's going to stay. Thiago, it looks like they're hovering over 30 mil. You know, whether that happens over the line, we'll see it in the end of the transfer window. And I think Man City, I think, are going to be there or thereabouts. So I feel like, you know, there's a lot of teams. I think Tottenham, I think they're nowhere near the top 6 or top 6. I think they're like looking around 8s or 9s, depending, because I think Jose is finished as a manager, and I think Everton are going to be there 7th, 6th or thereabouts. You know, and I think there's a lot of things. I think between the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd spots, I think it'll probably be more likely difference between 5 to 10 points. I think it's going to be much closer this year in terms of the top 3. I think 4th, 5th, and 6th are going to be much closer together. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I just feel it's going to take. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, and but I see it longer than 2 years, to be honest. I mean, the level that Chelsea have invested in, and the way Liverpool, Man City are, they ain't going to sit on their laurels. And yeah, I mean, even Man United, if they can get the deals done that they should have done, yeah, then I see that it will take longer, but it's a work in progress. But if you're looking at the next 2 seasons, I very doubt it. Closer, but not in the contention. So big up Prime out of 10. How much do you rate Havertz Werner debut? Some Chelsea fans said he was poor.
Werner, I would say a 9 out of 10. He did win the penalty. Unfortunately, he didn't take it, so he didn't score.
Look at Ram's face, yo. Wait, look at Ram's face.
Wow.
Tell him, Ram,
Ram,
man.
yeah.
Ram, tell him, don't hold back,
I
Ram.
thought he was good, but not a 9. At 9, you have to be fantastic. And I thought,
I mean, he was better than Firmino.
why you bring up Firmino? Oh my
Because,
days.
you know, Firmino can't score goals. Anyway, Havertz, yeah, he was poor, but people have to remember he just started training with the squad like a week ago, barely a week ago. So he shouldn't have been in contention to even start against Brighton, but Frank threw him in.
Just
He had a poor game, sure, but a lot of our midfielders had a poor game.
Prime.
So.
Before we continue, there's some cracking on the microphone. I don't know whose it is. Let me just.
Which two clubs? I see this comment here. Which two clubs was it that made the bid for Aubameyang? I must have missed that. Who came in for him?
Milan and
Someone correct me on
Barcelona.
there. They actually legit made bids for him.
Yeah, Inter Milan and Barcelona officially have made
hang
official
on, I'm
bids.
just gonna mute.
Okay.
I'm just
I
muting
stand corrected.
Yeah, Flawless. There's your microphone's breaking up a little bit.
Is it? Wait, one sec. Is it better now?
No, you can still hear some cracking noises coming through.
Yo, is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
That's
I just
perfect.
put that phones. Yeah, all right then. If this comment is correct, I stand corrected. I don't remember hearing teams coming in for him. Or if Barcelona did make a bid for him,
And Inter Milan. And Inter Milan is also, so they made official bids, but he turned them down because he wanted to stay and agree with the project, supposedly.
Okay. I stand
corrected.
So we got Marcus on the channel. What's your thoughts about the Aubameyang deal? If he's, how are you?
I think. Sorry.
You recovered from the last stream at the end of the last stream.
Oh yeah. No, I think that Aubameyang's what Arsenal need. They need a fast, prolific goal scorer up front. I think that's what they need.
Good. Adam, what's your thoughts?
I think Aubameyang deserves it. He's done very well. Even though he is old, I think he does deserve to sign a new contract. I don't even think Arsenal should have kept him. I think he should have went to a better club. Yeah.
But just give me your thoughts on why is that?
Well, it's almost like I'm just seeing connections with Robbie Van Persie and him. And I think Robbie Van Persie, when he was at Arsenal, he chose to go to United because he chose to go to the better club at the time. And I think Aubameyang's just wasting his career at Arsenal, as much as that sounds a bit cold, but yeah, I think he's wasting his career.
I think you got a valid point. There. I mean, he could quite easily go to any. As I just said, he could go to any sort of club and be very successful and win trophies, which probably just shows how much sort of love and commitment he has for Arsenal. So, but in the end,
see on that comment, you also got to think about it from this point of view, Adam. You know, he's a Gabonese international. He decides to play for Gabon, not France. He had a choice between playing for Gabon and France, right? And he chose to play for Gabon, which is a team that's not, unlike France, not very good. So, you got to think of it from that point of view. And I think Aubameyang's been showed ambition by Mikel Arteta, and I think there's a good healthy progress into what we're trying to achieve under Mikel Arteta, and we've won 2 trophies in the last couple of months for him being there, and it seems to be a progress. One being the best team in the country in Liverpool, and Chelsea being in better form than us at that time, and Man City, which a team we weren't expecting to beat at all. I mean, anyone going to the FA Cup was going to think we were going to get absolutely smashed, right? So I think there's positive signs, and I think where we sort of fall, I think is towards the lower 15 teams, where like your Brightons, like your Aston Villas, like your other teams. If we can improve that, then there shouldn't be a reason why we shouldn't put our name into that top 4 conversation.
Well, and therein lies the problem with Arsenal, though, because like you said, you beat Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, which is all great, but like you said, you weren't going into those games as favourites, so essentially those are upsets. If you guys do build up this consistency, and we know how poor Arsenal always tend to be against the lower half of the table, when expectation does start to come upon your team, your players, Arteta, how will you guys do then? When there's expectation to go and beat Liverpool or City or Chelsea, United, Spurs, and if you're not able to beat those sides, expectations to make it into the Europa League or get Champions League football, and you fail to make those expectations, how will the fan base shift?
Well, I don't think you can really comment on that until after the season's finished. I think it's too early to call yes or no. I think you have to wait until the season's finished to go back on that point and discuss. I think it's too early to say, but I think that our mentality's changed at Arsenal. I think Mikel Arteta has changed something that was a root of most of the reasons why a lot of the bad stuff happened under Unai Emery. I think under Unai Emery we lost to you guys 4-1, and deservedly so. We were poor, but I think our mentality has changed since then. I think it's slowly, gradually changed, and I think if you're looking at the Liverpool game, the Man City game, and the Chelsea game, I think a recent form, I think it's slowly starting to get better. It's not by nowhere near finished yet. I'm not going to dispute that it's nowhere near finished yet, but slowly, gradually getting there. And I think if we can try and improve our form against the lower half of the table teams, the teams that we're expecting to win, I think we'll slowly get there. And I'm not going to be crazy. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's, I think we can slowly get there under this manager. I really do believe that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's that I will wait to see what the first 10 games brings us, and then sort of evaluate how the season's gone from there. Yeah, obviously we've got a set plan when it comes to playing the bigger teams. We've seen that, and obviously we struggle when we need to play more expansive football and need to play the lesser sides who will quite easily come to the Emirates. I mean, West Ham will go to the Emirates on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday night, sorry, and they'll sit back, and we'll have to try and break them down. And whenever we've done that, we've struggled. So it's sort of flipped in a way, because we used to struggle with the big teams and getting absolutely playing totally expansive and leaving ourselves open. But now we seem to do better against the big sides because we don't do that. But then when we need to play more expansive football against the lesser sides, we don't. And we can't break them and win the game. So just good bring this comment up is as my lifelong friend, Arsenal fan as well. Niall, how are you? Do you reckon we're going to qualify for this Champions League by the end of the season? I'll get everyone's opinion in this. We'll start with TD.
I said yes. I said yes because I had made the predictions earlier today. I was discussing it through various events. I said Everton 6, Man United 5th, Chelsea 4th, Arsenal 3rd. And I think the difference between 3rd, 2nd, and 1st is going to be probably between 5 to 10 points, and the position between 5th, 4th, 5th, and 6th is going to be at least by the same margin. I think it's going to be much closer. I don't think any team's going to be run away with it this year. I feel it's going to be much closer knit, and the rest of the pack is going to be there or thereabouts. So I think yes, I think we will.
Okay. Flawless. What do you think?
Well, do I think can Arsenal finish in the top 4? No, I don't believe they can, because I believe there's 4 better teams than them, and those 4 teams are the teams that finished in the top 4 last season. I do actually think Arteta is a good manager, and I do believe if he is backed correctly, then Arsenal could be a problem, and I believe he'll get more out of that squad than he should, because he is a good manager. I can already see as a United fan the differences Arteta's made on Arsenal. He's already won a trophy. You can see the system he's put in place. You can see how he has Arsenal defensively looking better, which has been an issue for Arsenal as long as I can remember. But in the end, I believe the quality will tell. And the reason why I don't believe they will finish in the top 4 is not because Arteta isn't good enough to do that. I just think that current squad that Arsenal have is not good enough in the end. So now I don't believe they can finish in the top 4 this coming season.
Prime, do you think Arsenal will get in the top 4? Do you think they'll be able to at least challenge for it?
I predicted them to finish 7th, because not only are they 4 better teams in Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and United, you've got Everton. Wolves are not playing Europa League football, so focusing on 1 game a week, they might not have a big squad, but it's enough to challenge anyone else that's around it. You've got Spurs, who you can say what you want about Spurs players or about Jose himself being finished, but he's more than good enough to challenge for the top 4, maybe potentially sneak it. We don't know. Maybe Southampton, if they're able to put on a good run of form. Sheffield United, if they can have another great season. You've got a lot of teams that are in and amongst it with Arsenal. I don't think you guys you might have a better manager maybe in Arteta, but he's still young. He will make mistakes this season, and also your squad overall. Aubameyang, yeah, he's world class, but your squad overall, I don't think it's good enough compared to everyone else. Plus, the Leno coming back from his injury, that might be a problem for a few months. It's yet to be determined.
Marcus, what would you think?
I think it's going to be a tight season, but I have Arsenal to one of my predictions. I said they'd come first, so I've got to stay with that. And I'm actually a Spurs fan, which is really hard to say. I think Arsenal will do well this season, but I think they have a good side, and I think they have potential. They'll definitely get into the top 4.
Sorry, did you say 1st or 3rd?
First.
First as in win the league.
Yeah, as in win the league.
What, he thinks Arsenal will win the league? Did you just say, Marcus?
No, they won't. They can't.
I think
And
they will.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm a big Spurs water bowl.
I'm sorry. You're Spurs. No. You're a Spurs fan, and you said Arsenal will win the league.
Yeah. Prime.
We're gonna
one sec.
Spurs are going to come second.
So who's going to be 3rd and 4th?
City then United.
So Liverpool are not going to finish in the top 4. Yo, Ram, get him, man. Ram don't have it.
I'm actually dumbfounded right now. I'm shocked. I don't know what to say. Oh my god.
You know what? Liverpool not finishing in the top 4, maybe you could have an argument to it.
What do you mean? Prime, you're being mad. You're being mad right now.
Rams can I finish?
Oh my god.
My point is, where's the argument for Arsenal winning the league? My point is, where's the argument for Arsenal winning the league or even challenging?
To be fair, anything can happen in the league. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but by doing that would mean Arteta's the best manager of all time.
But
Man said Arsenal first, you know.
It's very unlikely, but it's a possibility.
You're not a
There
Spurs
is
fan.
more chance of my central access being fixed by now, so I'm surgery, than Arsenal winning the league this season.
You know what? You're not a Spurs fan.
Man said, here's the thing, though. Man said Arsenal first, yeah, and then Spurs second, and then he was
Whoa.
third. He was
So,
third.
no, hold
He was
on. That means.
third, and United fourth. Yeah,
Oh, hold on. Where are Chelsea finishing then?
Yo, man, yeah, where
They're going to
Chelsea?
finish behind Everton.
No, what position are Chelsea? What position are Everton finishing on Chelsea? Actually, you know what? Can you give us your full Premier League table? This is interesting.
I'm sorry.
Drank a lot of pints, Marcus.
This is interesting. Yeah. Just give us your full table if you know it.
Arsenal, Spurs.
Okay.
City, United.
Okay.
Leeds.
Leeds fifth. That's understandable. Okay, fine.
Wait, did man say Leeds?
Yeah, well, it's not. It's okay. Bielsa.
No,
It's okay.
United Leeds. Sorry, Man City United Leeds.
Leeds are not
Okay.
finishing there.
Leeds fifth.
So Leeds
It's fine.
fifth, and
Yeah.
United fourth. City third. Sixth.
Sorry, no, I didn't hear what you. Who's sixth? Who's sixth?
Liverpool are going to finish eighth.
No, Rams. No. Rams. Stop.
I'm worried for him.
You went from fifth to eighth. So who's sixth and seventh?
No, okay, I'll start again.
TD's dying.
Arsenal, Spurs.
TD's dying.
Arsenal, Spurs.
Yeah.
United. Leeds. Leeds. Everton, Chelsea, Liverpool.
We're finishing
So
behind.
Chelsea's seventh.
It's his opinion,
Okay.
lads.
No, keep going. I actually want to
But
know.
no.
Wolves ninth.
In the end, it's his
Wolves
opinion.
ninth. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone should have his
I can only
opinion.
do the top.
You better just
10,
leave now,
and
bruv.
And then
No,
Newcastle at 10th.
TD. No, we don't do that
Okay,
here.
who's 10?
Everyone has their
Who's 10?
Newcastle.
Okay. So you, as a Spurs fan, you say that you will lose a title race to Arsenal.
Yeah, I just don't think Jose is the right manager.
Okay, fine.
Hey,
fair
TD
enough.
shifts.
We're gonna win the
Yo.
cup. We're gonna win the FA
Yo,
Cup.
Mazo. Yeah, TD, can I ask what your top four is, please? What's your top four prediction?
I just said Everton, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool.
Same.
Oh, that's your top six.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
And then my relegation candidates are Fulham, West Brom, West Ham.
Okay, just asking.
Okay. Adam, on Arsenal getting top four, what do you think?
Arsenal will not get top four. Simple. They just won't. They don't have squad depth. They don't have anything, and they won't get it. I don't know why they sold Martinez, that guy.
Do you think if I'm sad to see Martinez go. Do you think if we signed Aurora and Partey, that Arsenal could stand a chance of getting top four?
Yeah, 100%. I think, but you got to look at the defensive side. I know Saliba and Gabriel are good, but they're not the world class centre backs that most teams that are challenging for the title.
They're
have.
young potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know they have potential. They have potential, but I just think they need world class players with that potential.
Go on then, Rams. Give us your top four.
My top four is Liverpool to finish first, City to finish second, United to finish third, and my outside bet, Wolverhampton Wanderers to finish fourth. Because I think that not playing Europa League football is going to benefit them a lot. And I feel like Raul Jimenez is going to fight Salah for that golden boot race.
Rams, can you repeat your top four again?
Liverpool, City, United, Wolves.
And Chelsea are finishing where?
Fifth.
Okay, but that logic, Frank gets sacked then. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's naivety in the Champions League as well. I think you might go far in the Champions League, but that naivety will come and bite you in the Premier League. And yeah, that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Right. So, speaking of actually Spurs, I think I read something that Regulion is now on his way to Spurs rather than Man United.
And Bale.
And Bale. Yeah, I saw on the news that Bale could be going on.
I think it's on loan.
So, would you be happy that Bale come back to Spurs?
I think he's a bit old, but probably, yeah. I think we need someone like him, just a bit more pace, you know.
Not
But
even
I
that.
think Dele Alli might go the other way, back to Real
It's
Madrid. Not back to Real Madrid, but to Real Madrid. Dele Alli.
It's not even that. He comes in and he'll galvanize the squad, which will be a good thing. He comes in as a leader. He brings more experience in terms of actually winning things. And who's to say you can't win a trophy this season with him?
I think we'll win the FA Cup.
I think Spurs will win the Europa League.
That's a big ask.
No, I think you'll beat Arsenal in the final.
I think it's going to be a North final as well. That's why I put you guys 7th and 8th, because I think it's going to be a North London final, Europa League final.
Well, if we can qualify the Champions League that way, I'll be happy. But it's just playing 2 games a week. When we used to be consistently in the Europa League, it was the worst years because it was just so. We got knocked out in the quarterfinals, and it was like affecting our league results, and I just don't think it's gonna be good for us. But if we can qualify for the Champions League, win the Europa League, that would be good.
Yeah, that is one thing. You got to have real squad depth if you want to.
Which we have none of.
Just a quick thing. It's also a quick comment to Ram. Actually, I just looked on the Twitter page, and I just saw that Thiago is 80% done for Liverpool. So expect that to be done very soon. So
who?
Really?
Thiago.
Apparently, we've been trying to long it out so that we can get a cut price deal. So we just have to force their hand.
Well,
yeah.
Apparently, personal terms have already been agreed. Apparently, it's 80% done. So I just saw a comment saying it's 80%. Thiago
Alcantara.
Yeah.
He should have been at Man United.
He's in the middle.
That's wild.
I know who you mean.
That's wild.
So, Flawless, give us your thoughts about the fact that Regulion's gone to Spurs.
That's wild. Man's thing.
You must be devastated that Regulion's gone to Spurs, Flawless.
I understand why United pulled out the deal. I'm not devastated about it because buyback. I would be devastated about it if it was some reason, say he refused to or he turned us down for Spurs. But because Real Madrid wanted to have the buyback clause in his contract, I understand why United turned down the deal. It makes perfect sense to me. So I can't criticize because we've seen Real Madrid have this clause in other players' contracts and then sold the player or loaned the player out, and they've bought them back and then sold them on for bigger money. So yeah, you can't. To accept that, it's a small club mentality to me personally. Like I wouldn't accept it. So I'm glad United didn't do it. But now United need to move on and sign a left back because we desperately need a left back anyway. So if it's not Regulion, it has to be somebody else. So I hope United now move on and sign a top quality left back.
I think he's better than Danny Rose was.
I think United have to buy players. They're not buying anything. They're lazy.
Definitely.
The board is lazy.
Without question, United need to improve. Without doubt, United need to.
I would have bought Reguilon
I agree with that.
Sancho already. But no, they're lazy.
Yeah, I think that Sancho deal was just
like I said with the Reguilon deal,
the whole transfer market. To be honest,
I'd have bought Thiago.
I think the Sancho deal will happen. It's just United dragging their feet. United will drag their feet. That's how United do business now. United have done this. Look how long, if you look to last summer, how long Maguire and Wan-Bissaka took. This is how United do business.
I'm just saying
to do anything.
I'm just saying, Flawless. You know the Glazers out thing. It's trending. It's trending at the moment. It's a serious Glazers out trending at the moment.
Yeah, Flawless. Did you see that thing on Twitter yesterday that But people were saying at 7 o'clock we should all unfollow United on Twitter and stuff.
Hey, I'm with it. Anything like that, I'm with it. Anything anti-Glazers, LUHG, I am with it. I am with it. I've got the yellow. I've still got the golden green scarf.
Oh,
I've still got the golden green scarf. Like, I'm with it.
I think
I'm
my
with all the
mum,
Chris.
like, my mum supports like a team that was like, there's this team where it's like United, but like before the Glazers, there was like a new team that was formed, which was like anti-Glazers team, and my mum supports them. They're in like the.
You talking about FC? You talking about FC United? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
FC United.
Yeah, my mum supports them. She used to be a United fan. Now she's not.
I understand that.
Which football clubs are bigger than Arsenal? Well, Liverpool, Man U for starts.
Liverpool, United, City, Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juve.
No, Prime. We're
Inter.
talking about. I'm guessing we're talking about England, right?
Oh, in England, United, Liverpool,
That's
Leeds,
it.
Nottingham Forest,
That's
Chelsea.
it. That's it. That's it.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's my opinion.
No, but Prime, just to take out your Nottingham Forest thing. My dad's a Forest fan, and he says Arsenal are a way bigger club than Forest. So.
Okay, yeah. But tell your dad that's my opinion.
All right, but yeah, I think it's only Liverpool and United because
exactly. Thank you, Ram.
Champions League winners.
Thank you.
I said it before. Chelsea, if Chelsea want to be bigger than Arsenal, you need to beat them in the titles won and go a long way. Like I
agree with that.
You need to dominate nationally before you go continentally. If you get what I mean.
Oh no, I agree with that. But for me, I don't think Arsenal are amongst the biggest clubs in the country. I don't think you can compare Arsenal to United and Liverpool.
No, I think with United and Liverpool, we're
on the beat.
Oh no, United, Liverpool are on level.
Yeah, we're dining at our separate tables, enjoying life. But
yeah, I know, but that's my thing. I see Arsenal fans try and do that, and I'm
United are not a big club anymore.
Oh no!
Eventually, we're gonna go for it.
No. Well, no. It depends on what you mean by big club. Do you mean currently? Sure, but historically,
yeah.
Yeah, historically we're good, but at the current day of age, we're very bad because the ball.
You could say the same. You could say the same thing about Arsenal, though, no?
Yeah, exactly. Arsenal and Man United are like the same club with bad ball donors. Yeah, basically there are similarities with Arsenal and Man United.
Well, the only thing I'll say is the fact that at least United are trying to, if they're spending and stuff, they're at least trying. They may be getting it wrong, but showing intent.
It's like with Arsenal.
If they were trying, they would have signed more than Van de Beek.
Not well. Like we haven't spent our money well, and I think Man United over the last 7 years hasn't. Where there's like examples like Chelsea in this window, you've used your money very wisely, which has put you in a stronger position for this season. So, and hence why I believe that the Liverpool-Chelsea game on the weekend will be very interesting and be very tight. I do see Liverpool win it because it's they've been together longer, and you've still got players that need to like settle in.
Oh yeah,
but
I think Chelsea will win.
It will still be a tight game.
Well, I mean, Liverpool have clear deficiencies that our players can exploit.
So do you.
I know that, but you're the best team in the country.
KEPA. That's it.
Okay, okay. And Trent is he not just as much of a weakness?
Nah, because
yes, he is.
No, because our centre backs will be covering for him, and
Fabinho
will be fit. Fabinho will be fit.
The last time we played Liverpool, no one covered for Trent. He was getting exposed.
Nah.
Liverpool will be defensively now.
What's nah? That's true. Pulisic tore him apart and he got an assist.
No, but your defense deficiency are much more bigger than ours.
Oh no, that is true. But we now have better players to exploit your defensive.
which haven't gelled together, right?
Well, Werner, Pulisic.
I think Chelsea will win with 2 goals from Werner, 1 goal from Pulisic, and only like 1 goal from Liverpool or something, like 3-1, I think.
I mean, look, Liverpool. You're supposed to be the best team in the world. You're supposed to be Premier League champions, so you should win the game.
I don't think they're the
That's
best.
all I'm going to say. Liverpool should win it. So if they don't, anything but a win for Liverpool is a poor result.
Ram, I'm just going to say this straight up. I fully expect Liverpool to go and club at Chelsea on the weekend. And if they don't, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that exactly. Like I'm saying, that should happen because Liverpool are, again, supposed to be Premier League champions, supposed to be one of the best teams in the world. You should do that.
That's why I said, and I'll be pleasantly surprised if they don't. That's why I added that.
Yeah, and
I don't think Liverpool are that good.
Well, I guess we'll
I
see
think
over
Chelsea
the
have
course of the
a
season.
chance. Winning.
Do you know what? The thing with the Premier League, it always throws. It's throwing up. It throws up so many surprises at the minute. I can say you can never be confident into any game. There's Rams, as much as you go on and say like it'll be fine and this, that, and all the other, and you got every right to. You're Premier League champions. You also, everyone thought that when you played us last season, when you played Smith Unity Shield, and both times you were.
Oh no, I'm not neglecting the fact that Chelsea have
Chelsea have got a better squad.
They have clear threats, but I think our squad is a little bit more stronger and a little bit more cohesively better than Chelsea, and I think we're just going to win.
Why does everyone hate?
Yeah,
Kepa?
you should win. Everyone hate what?
Kepa.
It's due to his mistakes from last season.
Because Kepa is the new manager for Chelsea.
It's due to his mistakes last season that Chelsea fans are done with him.
I think it's because the Chelsea media get onto his back and he starts getting.
Yeah, but it's a lot of like, to be honest, it's also a confidence thing. We can criticize him and stuff like that, but the abuse, he shouldn't be getting abused. I mean, we saw with Liverpool fans what they've done to Carriers, which is shocking. They're meant to be this respectful, we never walk alone club. We saw what Arsenal have done with Xhaka and everything, and Arsenal are meant to be a classy club. I don't like it when players, you can criticize and all that, but once it starts getting to abuse, and for some players, it starts to get into stuff like racism and homophobia, like with Tammy last season, Reece James last season. Those, for examples, it just gets too much, and I don't like when it gets that far.
And look at like Man United with Phil Jones and Lingard, they get mad abuse. They get heaps mad abuse.
It's also that price tag he has next to him.
They don't
That's
play in a
£70
very
million
hard
price tag.
The
To
problem
me, he
is
doesn't get
that
enough abuse.
The goalkeeper's a
Look.
very hard position to play.
Do you say he doesn't get enough
at all.
abuse?
He doesn't get enough abuse, man. It's only recently. Bear in mind, he's the most expensive goalkeeper in Europe, and he's been dropping clangers.
Claude, he's been getting
imagine-
abuse since last season, man. He does get enough abuse.
No, not enough.
No, it's not. No, when I say this, look who gets more abuse, Kepa or Lingard. Bear in mind, Kepa's the most expensive goalkeeper in Europe and the first teamer.
Yeah,
Lingard's a squad player for Manchester United, and it's
Yeah,
even.
but you're comparing. No,
I think that's why.
no. You're comparing. No, but you're comparing fan bases then.
But that's my whole point though, is when it's a United player or a Liverpool player dropping, you get me, dropping the ball, they get it in the net. Whereas because it's Chelsea, they don't get it as much. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying if United look at Harry Maguire.
Do you know what that? You know what that?
bad.
You know why that is? You know what that is? Because United and Liverpool are the two biggest clubs. United and Liverpool are the two biggest clubs, so you're always going to have eyes on you, and people.
Yes.
So you can't complain really about that. It shouldn't be. You're right. It's not fair.
I'm not complaining.
it is what it is.
I'm not. I get what you're saying. I'm not complaining. It's just a mere observation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's why Kepa's lucky that he's at Chelsea, because if he was at United or Liverpool, I don't think he's starting for you this summer. You know what I'm saying? I legit don't. I think he already would have been not hounded out, but he would have been criticized to the point where Chelsea moved even quicker to get rid of him. Obviously, being the two biggest clubs, you're gonna have more eyes on you. That's why I say that Kepa, to me, is not getting enough abuse. Like, to me, if you're playing bad, you deserve to be slandered. You should be criticized.
But just
Whereas if you're playing
like,
well, you deserve to be praised.
It should be criticised, but not just general sort of abuse. I mean,
no. I'm not saying.
what I found out. What I
abuse is
found
the
out.
wrong word.
I mean, what I found out on.
Criticism is
I
correct.
found it out on Sunday. There are a lot of people in this world that just want to spread a lot of hate, like for no particular reason.
True.
Like Marcus will agree with us because he was there on Sunday about what happened, and I mean, it was even a troll that tried to get on this channel, right, and trying to spread hate on this channel. So
Are you talking about the troll?
What? What's that, Marcus?
Are you breaking up? Were you talking about the troll?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Marcus. I can hear you. I don't know about the rest of you, but
Yeah, we can hear you.
he just said, "Can you repeat, Stephen, about the troll because he didn't hear you because you broke up."
Oh, I'm just saying. There's a lot I found out on Sunday. There's a lot of people out there that just want to spread hate no matter what. And that's to any channel and anything. So, yeah, it's not right. But there you go. There's only thing you can do is just don't give them the time of day.
It's like normal for them just to hate on people.
Yeah. How likely do we think Dan Kroenke's supposed cash injection is? He has just spent $5 billion on the new NFL stadium.
What?
I do not think that Stan Kroenke would put his own money into the club, to be honest. I just don't see it. I think he paid off his all the debts for the club just to make it a non-debt asset, so he can do what he wants in terms of getting loans and stuff, not in terms of helping out the club in general.
I think what you've got with these American owners, especially with
these American owners, bad.
with us, FSG are more focused. I would say they're a little bit more focused on Boston Red Sox rather than us, because they're an American side. I feel like Stan Kroenke's the same. He's going to be focusing on the Rams rather than you guys because it's an American side, and they have to. They technically have to because they're from America. They're expected to do it. Like imagine if like one of us is a multi-billionaire and we have a bigger affinity for football, but American fans are telling us to put money into their club when we don't have any sort of knowledge about the sport. It just doesn't make sense. I think it's natural that these kind of people are not gonna inject a lot of cash into the club.
I think with Liverpool and Arsenal, both owned by American owners, what do your club and your fans, what do you guys do to show that, what's the right term, the appeasement or the show of kind of loyalty or respect towards your owners? Because, for example, Arsenal fans, and I know the abuse that and all that you guys give your owners, why should they then care to put money into your club? I don't know that. I don't know if I phrased that properly, so might have to reword what I said.
I get what you mean. Is I think when they first announced that Klopp was going to join Liverpool, I think every single Liverpool fan were like, "Yes, you've got the right guy. You've got the guy that will help us push us forward as a club and bring us back to the old days." So that was one thing, and especially signings. Signings will help appease the fans and the owners. Because if you sign a major player, the fans are going to be happy, and it's not going to be down to you if it doesn't work out. It's down to the manager. Like if you back the manager, the fans will be happy. This is what it is.
that's all we're asking. Is that
Well,
if you give the manager the money to back?
But Arsenal have had major signings.
Yeah, but that's not out of
Yeah,
Stan Kroenke's
that's not
pocket.
what-
That's
That's
out of
not.
That's out of.
Do you know that?
In the last 5 years,
Yeah.
he spent zero on Arsenal. That's all.
But is that not due to the fact that Arsenal are a self-sustaining club?
That is down to because we're a self-sustaining club. But he spent $0.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have to. If you guys are self-sustaining and you have the money to spend, he shouldn't have to pump money in all the time.
Yeah, but if the self-sustaining
Not, but what we're
thing
saying is
isn't working, then it's not self-sustaining, is it? That's the point.
You say it's not working, but that's due to recruitment. No.
Yeah, but fine. Ask the self-sustaining models now dropped us down to 8.
Well, but again, that's due to recruitment.
But unfortunately, the recruitment we've got is with money that is not going to get the big players that we need. I mean, do you really see Arsenal being able to go get Werner, Havertz, and Ziyech all in one go?
Well, no, but the reason why Chelsea are able to do that is because of Hazard, which is like 160 or 40 or something like that. Morata's 50 mil. The loan deals that we always do always brings in money for Chelsea. Plus, we have yet to sell Bakayoko, which will bring in 35 mil, something like that. Drinkwater could bring us in 20 something mil because he's English. We're getting money from Emerson, Alonso. We're still going to bring in money.
Yeah, but Prime, when you look at Arsenal's squad, who's available that they would want to sell? I can only think off the top of my head is Lucas Torreira and Matteo Guendouzi. That's it.
They both won't bring in a lot of money. Which is why I kind of say which is why I say if you sell Aubameyang and try and rebalance the squad that way, that could work.
No, because let's be realistic. Yeah, how much money Arsenal fans? How much money do you think you're going to get from Aubameyang in this market, current climate market?
50-60? 50-60?
No.
Is that enough to remold the squad?
No.
So that's like if you sell Aubameyang, who guarantees you 20 to 25 Premier League goals per season, and 30 in all comps, then it's gonna be difficult to replace him and also strengthen other areas of your team.
True.
Plus,
however,
is that the fact that if you look at our squad as well, is that yes, we're only got probably Torreira and Guendouzi we could possibly sell and get actually decent money for, right? So, and we've looked at our squad and seen how poor we were. We at one point so bad that we could have been the next Leeds getting relegated. We were that bad. So
that was run of form.
Our owner literally come over and see
no, but that was a run of form. You guys weren't going to get relegated. Also,
we're not asking him to spend
fine.
We're just asking him to give the manager the money that he needs to build the squad.
But you say the money, then that's why I say you to your recruitment. Because if you don't have the money to spend 200 in the window consistently, fine. But not a lot of teams do. So spend smart. Everton just brought in James Rodriguez, Doucouré, and Allen for less money that it took for Chelsea to buy Havertz.
If Mikel Arteta is saying in an interview that he needs to be back, that shows what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, Arteta's not mixing his words. He's not covering for him.
Arteta knew what he was getting into.
Yeah, and he's not going to cover. He's not going to cover their backs for it.
And I'm guessing he told the club, if you want to go back to your ways of being a great club, you need to back me. That's what Klopp did. That's what Klopp did. If we get the fans back on our side, and if I get backed, we will be back to the glory days. That's what he said. And look what happened.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
you guys spent smartly. How
Yeah,
much was Salah?
Yeah,
How
but
much
we're at the
was
start of
Mane?
this
How much was what?
time. We're at the start of this point. We're literally at the point where Klopp has only just come in the first 6 months.
Yeah, but that's my point. You spend
Whereas,
smartly.
yeah,
People have to forget how Rams. How long has Klopp been at Liverpool now?
this is going to
about
be his
4 years.
fourth season. Fourth, sorry.
His fourth full season.
Fourth full season.
Okay, so he's been at Liverpool for 4.5 years. And how long did it take until you guys actually, when you guys won the Champions League? How long was he at the club then?
2.5 seasons.
Yeah, and at that point, you guys went and spent how much on Alisson, Fabinho? You bought Van Dijk this season before in January.
but Prime,
And-
that was all the Coutinho money though.
Yes,
That was
and
all-
no, I know, and that is my point. If Arsenal don't have the money to spend,
Yeah,
like
but
Liverpool didn't,
But they're not going to get that money. They're not going to get
Not gonna get that
180 million
money.
euros.
No, I didn't say 100. No, I didn't say 180 million or whatever.
You could
it was.
sell that whole squad; it would not get 140 million.
No, but that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to spend smartly, and if you end up having a player in your team in 3
Yeah,
or
but what
4.
we need
No,
is
but
a bit of
no.
investment from the owner to be able to spend smartly.
No, but saying that,
you have
if you bring in,
you have
no,
spent smart thus far.
no, but if
Yeah,
you
that's
bring
what I'm
in,
saying. But we still need some more money because we have not got the money in the side to sell.
No, but you're saying no more money in terms of what? Arsenal fans are saying Party and OR. You're not getting those big targets, so leave that out of your mind. So far, you've spent wisely. What's his name? Pablo Mari in January, Cedric in January, Willian this summer, Saliba, that was last season, Gabriel this summer. That's spending smartly. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the equivalent of what Liverpool did with Mane and Salah. Smart signings. You're going to have to wait until maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years or whatever until you're able to spend big on a big player. And also, you also have to remember that Old is picking up how much wages you can't sell him, so you have to let his contract run out for the end of the season.
and also, Prime, this is the other thing. We've got Champions League players on Europa League budget. That's the problem. Mesut Ozil's taking 350k a week and still here. We've just released Mkhitaryan off the wage bill, so that's now freed up some wages. We have Socrates and players on high wages that's over 120k a week, so that's draining some of our income and profit. Teams the only players on our team to actually have a resale value is probably going to be Hector Bellerin, Guendouzi, Torreira, Kolasinac, because we bought him on a free, who's going to have profit over probably any profit, right? And Granit Xhaka, but he's still going to stay here, so let's get that out of our heads for a second as well. So, and obviously the young kids, maybe but we're planning on keeping them. That's about it, really. Apart from that, Mustafi, he's probably going to be here because he's injured. Sorry. Socrates looks like he might be joining Napoli, so there's probably a 5 mil. Elneny's probably still going to be here this season. I would assume. So he's probably worth 5-10 in this current market at the moment. So I mean, if you look at all those profit, that's not really much money. As Stephen said, if you rip the whole squad up now, everyone wants to get sold, and we start again, we probably wouldn't even make 200.
And
so
from what you're saying as well with Aubameyang, with 50 to 60 million pounds, that's just under what Leon want for our.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying get it out of your heads about our or Party.
Well, that's the signings that they need to progress forward. And
you need to progress forward. If you don't have the money, you have to do it smartly. Decore would have been a great signing. Alan would have been a great signing. Both good players. Alan is, if not world class, but borderline world class.
Bram's got a point. I'm sorry, but selling Guendouzi is we still, if all that money together, we could still want the owner to just go, look, can you just put another 50 million so we can get these two?
Okay, but if they're not going to do that,
in the stadium, is it?
okay, but if they're not going to do that, then you have to do it another way.
That's why they're not happy. That's why they just want money.
Okay, yeah, but if they're not going to, it's like with Liverpool. It's like with Liverpool, why Klopp was building and stuff like that. They weren't complaining at the time that they weren't getting this player for this big amount of money or that player for that amount of money. They were building.
Yeah, but you do realize that our owner did put a little bit of money into the club as well.
How much money did he put in? Because you weren't falling.
Yeah, because so we were planning on saving that £80 million for Virgil van Dijk. That was for the summer, not for the winter.
Yes.
So that was already there. The money for, I think, not for Mo Salah, it's for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, about £30 million. That was saved up by the owners. So those two players cost around about £115 million. And their owners only put in about how many? How much? 0.
Over 5 years. 0.
You have to, if you want to succeed, your owner has to put money. No matter how small it is, whether it's 10 or 100, you need to put money into your club. And
and if you have to succeed and you don't have, if you can't spend like a rich man, you have to.
No, but Prime, that's not the question. Prime, that's not the question.
What is the question?
The question, they're not satisfied with their owners is because they don't put money into the club. And
but there's
for
nothing
them to actually be satisfied, they need to, the owners actually has to pull their finger out, like what John W. Henry did back in 2017.
Fine, but there's nothing you can there's nothing you can really do about that, though. Maybe they don't see the ambition in the team thus far, because Arsenal haven't had ambition for a long time.
So if they don't see ambition, why don't they sell the club?
Because it still makes them money.
Because the club makes the money. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, so
the thing is, Arsenal, even though they're unhappy, even though Arsenal fans are unhappy with their owners, they've not had a bad summer. They've had a good summer. The team's better. They've had a couple of additions. Arteta's in. He's got them playing better football. He also won an FA Cup. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm not happy, but I'm not upset. Like, this is the most optimistic, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I've been in a few years of actually me managing to do something in the league. The only reason why I think we're talking about Arsenal potentially challenging for the top 4 or somehow winning the league is solely because of Arteta. Like, if you take Arteta out and put Emery in, I wouldn't say that. I don't think anyone's talking about that.
I guarantee you, if we still had Emery now, Aubameyang would have left. I'm fully on board with that. If Emery was still here, Aubameyang would have left. And I'm telling you right now, I've said this to Liverpool fans, and I'm saying it to Ram right now. Arsenal right now is where Jurgen Klopp was when he took over at Liverpool. It's where Arsenal are right now.
Okay, and what did Jurgen Klopp do? He spent smartly.
Yeah. They spent smartly once he came in.
Yeah, okay.
But they spent smartly, though. They have spent smartly, though. So far, Arsenal have spent.
So far, they have spent smartly.
Exactly. Who you guys say Arteta's a great manager? Who's to say he doesn't get into the top 4, or you finish 5th and you win the Europa League? You're in Champions League football next season. You have Champions League money to spend. If he's not putting the money in, you have to be smart. And that's my point.
We have to wait and see. Yeah, we have
to show the intent. So you can't complain he's not putting money in, and you just finished 8th in the league. Why would I put money into a mid-table club, essentially? Because if you put all that money in, you get party, you get
money. When we finish 2nd, then we probably would have been better.
If you put all that money in, party and a war, they're both going to be like 50 mil at least, maybe more. So that's over 100 mil on 2 players, and you guys finished 5th or 6th, and you don't win the Europa League. What happens then? Can we then go and say sack Arteta?
You say that, then Abramovich spent $1 billion to win the Champions League.
Yeah. Okay. And we know what Abramovich is like. He'll sack a manager at the drop of a hat. So if you're going to spend big money, then you have to run like a big club, meaning you have to sack a manager if it's not working right. Arteta is a young fledgling manager. He's not going to trust him with big money.
The difference between Chelsea and Arsenal is that Chelsea have a board and an owner that will back them and give them tons of money. Same with Man United, right? Man United years to spend over
No, that's not.
500.
No, that's not even true.
No. Let me finish. Man United's board have spent 500 million over the 5 years. Chelsea have spent over 600 million over the last 5 years, and we spent zero, right? And Liverpool are comparable to Arsenal. They are both self-sustaining models, right? Whereas Liverpool, if you last season, the difference the profit and Arsenal's profit was 27 million, which is the same price that Liverpool paid for Sadio Mane from Southampton, 27 million, right? Right, and that's with them spending money. Well, we spent zero, right? Okay. Now, what Ram's point is we want to get into the top 4 conversation, which I still think we're still going to, but to make sure we're concreted in there. Which is what the question was, needs to pull his wallet out and spend money. If Arteta isn't backed, then go around the same roller coaster over and over again, which is why Arteta's come out and said, if you don't back me, we're going to be rolling around this roller coaster and not get anywhere. And players are going to leave because we're not going to show ambition. And that's the reason why Aubameyang's also signed, because he's seen the right now, and obviously he's been made guarantees. Now, if he's not, if he has not had those guarantees ensured, I 100% he's going to leave next year, and other players are going to leave because they're not going to have been shown the ambition. That's what I'm trying to say, and that's Crocky needs to come out and show that he cares and spends his money, or we need to get the players out to make those profits to get those players out. More importantly, so we can spend in other areas so we can strengthen. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, you said Chelsea was 600 billion or 600 million. I'm assuming you're not counting this transfer window.
No, I'm not.
I'm assuming. Okay, all that money, the 600, is not from Roman Abramovich. It's from Chelsea, because we're a self-sustaining model and we had our own money through loan deals and stuff like that to be able to spend. We just didn't spend wisely. Well, with United, they were spending money, big money, but how many of them were wise transfers? There was the Di Maria and Sanchez's and Falcao's and stuff like that. They weren't wise transfers. That's what I'm saying about Arsenal. Spend wisely. If you don't have the big money to spend, then fine, but you spend wisely then. And if you're saying lack of ambition is not about spending money, because if you spend, again, party and OR, and you finish 5th or you finish 6th,
please enter your phone number.
Then will Arteta not then have to get sacked or get
Or if
questioned?
you're using your own phone, you can just press the hash key.
What?
Fine.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just about spending wisely. You say about your board or your owner not backing Arteta, fine, but you should say that I'm not going to give mad money to a young manager until he proves it.
But
if Arteta with this squad can get,
he has already proved it. He's won 2 trophies.
How?
He's won 2 trophies.
Okay, fine, cool, but he hasn't done it over the course of the season. You're talking about trophies. Was Wenger not winning you guys trophies as well? But he wasn't doing anything to show the ambition and progress. If Arteta with this squad is able to get 4th or finish 5th or 6th and win the Europa League, that's progress and ambition. Now, not only then with the Champions League money, which is a lot, he will also invest because it will show the progress. That's what I'm saying. Be calm and just trust in what is happening. Because this negativity with the owner does not also help your players on the pitch.
It's not. Let's just say there's different opinions on it. There's different ways of looking at it. Anyway, we'll move on to the main games. Liverpool, Chelsea. Score predictions. Start with Prime.
I believe Chelsea can win 2-1. However, Liverpool are favourites and Liverpool should win the game.
Ram?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Liverpool.
Okay. TD,
3-1 Liverpool.
Marcus,
You on mute?
he's on mute. Marcus,
Oh, am I in? I didn't realise.
yeah, your score
What was the
prediction.
question?
Chelsea for
Oh, what?
Liverpool.
The last-
Your score prediction.
3-1. I said that earlier, I think.
Liverpool, was it? Or Chelsea?
No, Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Even
Okay.
more ridiculous results from my end.
I'm gonna go with what probably Rams said, which is a tight 2-1. I mean, very tight.
It'll be a good game anyway for the new pros.
Yeah, well, definitely. And we'll just bring in Flawless. Your score prediction for Liverpool's game against Chelsea.
Ooh, where is it? Is it Anfield or is that the bridge?
Stamford is that bridge.
Is that the bridge? It's a tough one to predict, you know. I think draw. That's what I'm gonna go with. We'll go with a draw.
0-0 or 1-1 or 2-2.
2-2. That's what I'm going with. 2-2. Yeah. It's a tough one to pick though. I can see, as cliche as this is gonna sound, I can see either result. Like I can see Liverpool winning, I can see Chelsea winning, and I can see the draw. Because there's so many. Because it's the new season, it's only the second game in, so we don't know how our Chelsea players are gonna settle in. Are Liverpool still in this rut, or was that just a one-off against Leeds? Because if they defend the way they did against Leeds, they'll get beat. And they might turn up. You know what I mean? They might turn up because it's Chelsea. So yeah, I go with a draw. I think there'll be goals. That's what I'll say. I can see a 5-goal, 6-goal game or something like that. Definitely.
Yeah, I was good. Like I said, I'll go for a tight Liverpool win. Just with the fact that their squad's been together as a team for longer. And so, yeah, Arsenal's game against West Ham. TD, score prediction
4-0.
4-0.
Yeah.
Okay. Ram.
You know what? 5. Like with
Wow.
West Ham are in like
Turmoil.
they're
in
such
deep doo-doo.
turmoil.
They're in deep doo-doo.
Yeah, shock it out.
I know there've been rumors about players not going to be playing for the badge as well. So
Yeah, 100 number points. Do you think West Ham could be a threat of relegation?
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Without question. Definitely.
That's why I stuck him in. That's why I stuck him in there with West Brom and Fulham.
When people like Mark Noble are going on Twitter criticizing the club, you know there's something very, very wrong.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah,
And he's the diehard West Ham fan as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Flores, your score prediction.
I'll go 3-0, but I think Arsenal will win comfortably. Because like everyone's already stated, West Ham they're a shocking outfit. Like they got beat comfortably, like Newcastle, they were nothing special. So yeah, I'd say Arsenal 3-0.
My lifelong friend Niall, Arsenal fan, says 4-0 Arsenal. Marcus, your score prediction.
I think West Ham are just going to have that awful result. I mean, it could even be 5-6 now. Especially keeping Aubameyang. You know, I think I'm going to...
What, for a Spurs fan, you really do hate Arsenal, don't you?
I don't know if I've told you, but I used to be an Arsenal fan.
What?
How can you be an eye?
Please, no. Hang on. Please tell me the story. I would love to know the story. Please, please. How?
I thought Arsenal were like the only team in the world, and then my friends told me about like Tottenham, and I was like 4 years old at this point, and then I started supporting Tottenham, and all my friends were Spurs fans.
Mate, those friends aren't friends.
Hey, hold on. No, let me ask. 4 years old. What year was this?
2010.
You was having
2010. That was 2010.
When
That was the
Arsenal
start of
went good
Arsenal's
and Spurs
decline. I
went.
understand that.
Yeah, and this
That's
is
the
when
start of
Gareth
Arsenal's
Bale
decline.
was
I
tearing
understand
up the
Good.
San Siro as well.
yeah. This yeah. Just keep the show moving. That's crazy. All right, let's keep it moving.
Controversial.
Dude, that is the equivalent of a Man United fan supporting Liverpool.
Yeah,
That is,
Yeah, never. It's never. That's never in life. But I suppose it's different, isn't it? Like to me, like football's like religion. Like you're born into this. Like I'm a United fan because all my family are United fans. I didn't get to go and pick and choose. No, I was given this. Like I'm a United fan. Everyone in my generation is a United fan. Everyone below me is gonna be a United fan too. Like this is religion. You don't get to pick and choose. But
No one in my
I
family
suppose
is a
it's
Spurs
different for
fan
different people.
or an Arsenal fan.
How did you pick Arsenal? How did you start supporting Arsenal?
Because I live in London. I live between Spurs
Yeah, there's
and
plenty of
Arsenal.
teams in London.
I live between
Do
Spurs
you
and
live in
Arsenal.
North London?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your mum and dad Arsenal fans or Spurs fans? Who do they support?
No, well, yeah, I said my dad supports City and my mum supports like the FC United thing you were talking about earlier.
Okay. All right. Are your parents from Manchester originally?
My dad is, my mum isn't.
Okay. Now that makes sense why your dad supports City then. I'm surprised you're not a City fan. All right. I'm surprised about that. But okay, fair dues.
I mean, I was born. My dad was Arsenal. My mum was Arsenal. One of my uncles
My
and
sister's a
cousins were
Chelsea
Arsenal.
fan.
So yeah, I was given to be an Arsenal fan. There's no choice about it. I was getting shirts in the hospitals before, above my bed before I even knew about it.
it was either Liverpool or United for me, and I picked Liverpool.
Fair enough.
Half Liverpool, half United family.
Yeah, you
thank
picked
God
the
you
wrong
chose the
side,
right.
Ram. And I like you as well.
Thank God you chose the right side, Ram. Honestly.
Yeah.
You chose the wrong side, Ram. And I actually like you, Ram. But, you just chose the wrong side.
Right. Southampton, Tottenham, 12 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. Score prediction for that. We'll start with. Sorry, we'll start
which
with.
game is this? Which game's this? So is this
Southampton, Tottenham.
Okay.
I didn't give my prediction for Arsenal West Ham.
Oh, you didn't give your prediction?
Yeah, I think West Ham will win. I think West Ham will win because it's a London derby.
That's stupid.
You think who?
No, it's not stupid. West Ham actually turn up for these derbies.
No,
I think West Ham could win or at least make a draw.
They lost against Newcastle.
Yeah, I know.
It's your point. They have turned up against us at times before.
No, but you've dominated them when you played at the London ground, haven't you? Or is that Emirates?
We've killed them both times last season.
I mean, I can't it's your opinion, but I just disagree massively.
Yeah,
maybe a draw.
I think at best a draw from West Ham.
Yeah, it'll be like a 1-1 draw at that anyway.
That's that.
But for me, I would say it's going to be 3-0 Arsenal. Just be conservative for me. Like, I think Fulham, if we really wanted to, we could have made it 4 or 5 if we really wanted to. But after 3-0,
with the Fulham game, we could have made it 6 or 7. Like, especially
you didn't though. You said could have.
We didn't. We decided that we didn't need to.
Anyone could though, because it's Fulham.
Could have. We didn't. Also, or you didn't. Also, it's Fulham, a newly promoted side.
And this is West Ham who are in turmoil.
Yes, it's also West Ham that turn up in these sort of derbies.
But
And nothing can bring the club more or the players more together than a London derby.
But I've threatened to not play for the badge.
I know, and I just said nothing can bring the players together more than a London derby.
No.
London derbies.
This is seeping through much deeper. West Ham, they're too far gone. Like that, they hate the players and the fans.
The fans are gone.
It's like
The
civil
fans are
war.
gone. The players are gone. The board have a problem with the players. The players have a problem with the board. The fans have a problem with the board. It's just turmoil.
It's literally civil war.
Yeah, and you can have a problem with the board, but the players coming together for a London derby.
And I think Arsenal on the up as well.
I don't
And
care
not
about
to
the
mention,
London derby.
and
It's a
not to
game.
mention, David Moyes has literally no tactics at all. And don't forget, he beat Chelsea as well. Let's not forget that as well.
Yeah. So moving on to Southampton, Tottenham. Marcus, you as a Spurs fan, what do you think? Tottenham will win that at the St Mary's?
2-1. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs.
Yeah, we do not have a good defense right now, but we'll get 2 goals.
Okay, TD.
I pray to the football gods. I hope Southampton does win, but there is a but in this. I think Spurs will win though, and I hate to say it as a rival, but I have to be honest. I think Spurs will win the game. But in saying that, I think Southampton will get a 1-0 win over Tottenham.
Is Bale going to be there by then? Because then,
I don't think so.
Bale's there.
I don't think
It looks
so.
like it's getting close.
Supposedly,
Yeah, but
it's supposedly
doesn't he have to be quarantined first before
supposedly.
Yeah.
Spain? Because he was in
Yeah,
Spain.
that's what I was thinking.
Any person that comes from any of the countries that are in quarantine have to quarantine.
Yeah.
Right. And if they don't, then there's seriously something wrong with this country. Rams, your prediction?
I'm actually gonna say it's gonna be a 1-1 draw to 1-1 draw to both teams. I like Ralph Hasenhuttl. I like Hasenhuttl. He's a very good manager. And I feel like it's gonna be Tottenham getting a goal in like the 80th minute or something like that. And then it's just gonna be a draw after that.
I think Hasenhuttl, he has periods where he's good and then 1 minute he's not. I feel with Southampton, a bit up and down, and not really they're consistent enough to stay in the league, but not consistent enough to start challenging up towards the higher end of the league.
If we
And don't forget, and let's not forget that Danny Ings was like up there with the Golden Boot. Let's not forget that as well.
Yeah.
So if Southampton do win, you can expect an Ings masterclass. I'm just saying, but at the same time, don't be surprised if it's a 1-0 or if it's a 1-1 draw. I'm just putting that out there. Or if Spurs get a sneaky goal at the end.
I think if we score, we'll go defensive because Mourinho will park the bus and we will win.
Flawless. What do you think?
What, Spurs Southampton?
Yeah.
I think Southampton are going to win. I think Spurs are in free for all already. I think when players are not running and not pressing,
what is this?
And the manager comes out and says what he says, I think Spurs are done out here under Mourinho. To say that the first game of the season, like we watched their front players not run and not press, and then the manager comes out and canes them. It's like they're in free for all already. Like you can already see. They seem tired of Mourinho already, whether that's like.
I'm just going to say Spurs are not in a worse state than West Ham right now. Like, West Ham are bad, but Spurs are slowly going that way.
That's not a comparison. That is not a comparison.
What's the game? Did you say Spurs? Wait, is it Spurs versus Southampton? What's the match?
Yeah.
What's the match? Is it Spurs Southampton?
Oh, yeah.
I was just making sure it was correct. Yeah, I got Southampton.
Spurs Southampton, Hasenhuttl, Ings is a gunman.
West Ham won in the cup.
So I'm going 3-1.
To who?
Southampton.
Yeah,
I love Jose, and I keep thinking he's going to do something.
Spurs are going to lose?
No, I love Jose, and I keep thinking he's going to do something, and then.
To be fair, if Arsenal went there, I would be worried. to be honest.
Yeah,
I
What
wouldn't.
do you think?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I think Southampton are those teams that always gets a result against the top six. Like you saw it last season with United. Like
Yeah.
has
Plus
to
they,
be
Oh, one
plus
game.
they've got,
One
game.
game.
plus they've got a solid defense. They've got a forward that's as good as anyone in the top six, in my opinion, based on the fact that he can actually score goals. They're a good team, and they've got this way to play against the top sides. I mean, we saw against United when they were on that run of form, and they were able to counter your play with a press. They are amazing against Chelsea last season.
They beat City as well. They
last
beat
season.
City as well.
So
So moving on to the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday, Man United Crystal Palace. Flawless. What do you think on that?
Oh, United will win that. I think United will win comfortably.
Easy.
I don't think Palace really. I don't really think Palace will have much. I mean, Palace don't have much. Yeah, they have Zaha, but if you cut them off from playing out from the break, that's really all they have. I watched them against Southampton. Yes, they won, and Southampton. Crystal Palace are better when they don't have the ball because they have Townsend and Zaha.
Is it at
to
home
counter,
for you?
but I believe.
Is it at home
Yes,
for you guys?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Old Trafford. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Old
win.
Trafford, yeah.
They'll win.
I believe. I'm really not worried about it at all. Like Palace at home are like,
Before
all right,
moving on,
we have the firepower to beat them. Say again?
just before moving on, I forgot to say about my prediction for Southampton Tottenham. I believe it'd
That's
be
cool.
1-1, and then Southampton nick it after Tottenham were leading about 1-0. And then Southampton go and get 2 goals. And it would be Danny
What's this
Ings
for,
would be
Spurs?
yeah, that's how I see it. But I'm not very good when it comes to predicting games. Latimus, what do you think about Crystal Palace Man U?
Palace have got a game under their belt. They've got a good front line. Zaha, Eze, Bashwai. They're solid defensively. However, United should be able to break them down. There's going to be rustiness though with United. Maybe 2-1. 2-1 United.
Who's going to score for United?
Harry Maguire header. Pogba.
He's not good. He's not good.
Flawless, did you hear that?
Flawless, hear that?
Yeah. What? Was that from the Arsenal? Was that the Arsenal Spurs fan? That's why I don't pay him no attention. Go on, Prime. Continue, innit?
No, that's not fair.
I don't know. I think it might be. Probably Maguire and Pogba to score. I don't know. I just picked weird goal scorers because I think there'll be rustiness for United. It'll be a weird game. At times, they might get not dominated per se, but countered on because again, Crystal Palace have got a game under their belt and their forward line looks really good. But United should be able to get over the line, probably 2-1.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Maybe 3, but it depends on the rustiness of United's forwards.
Rams, what do you think? Being a rival.
For me, I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to United. I think they'll get into the game, and I think they'll be all right against Crystal Palace. But don't be surprised if they pull off a shock result.
Nah, you disappoint me as a Liverpool fan. I thought you come out of your chest pumping saying Crystal Palace, right? 2-0.
Nah,
realism, man. You got to be realistic.
I need to be objective here. And United United are a good team, man. Yeah, a good team. So
BD, what do you think?
I said it before and I'll say it again. Man United are going to win against Crystal Palace. It's going to be a Martial masterclass. You're going to have Bruno Fernandes with a penalty. Let's be honest, because that's what he does. And it's going to be Pogba Bruno. Let's give it to the ball Martial masterclass. So it's and and that's how it's going to be. And don't be surprised if Donny van der Beek comes on and does his little Norwegian dance and comes on and does the Pogba role. So
Marcus, your thoughts?
And by the way, the guy that says Pogba isn't great, I had to literally leave the room for like 3 seconds because I was. But that's
was
his
me.
opinion. But I respect it.
There's a lot of people that probably agree with him.
The reason why I said Pogba wasn't good is because he needs a special team around him. He needs a good team, and I don't think good players need a great team around him. He is good when he's playing with France, which is a good team. But when he's playing with United, which, no offense, right now isn't a great team, they can be top 4, I think. But other than that, I think Pogba is not on a good team right now. But for the result, I think United just about get 1-0. They can't score, I don't think, but nor can Crystal Palace. And they've got a decent defence, so I think they'll just about get 1-0.
Yep. For me, like I think it would still be a Man United win. I think Martial will get on a goal sheet. Sorry. Crystal Palace might equalise. But I think Man United's quality will come through in the end. Plus the fact it's at Old Trafford as well. But then again, that's not really been proven an advantage since the lack of fans.
But in saying that, it's still Old Trafford. That's not count.
Yeah.
It's not the same Old Trafford of old.
Yeah, it's not. It's like when Arsenal moved to the Emirates, it's not been the same really.
And plus, with the fact that there's no fans, that doesn't matter.
Basically neutral.
Yeah, it's like a neutral ground.
Yeah, you might as well be in Hackney Marshes.
Yeah, and actually, there's a point about EFL. I've just noticed on the local news they're letting Norwich be a pilot for social distance fans.
Okay.
But given the current situation, I very much doubt that they'll start applying that to the whole country.
It's gonna be March or April when it happens.
Yeah, I think this winter is gonna spring up another wave. To be honest, in my opinion,
people are saying it started already. People are saying it's already started.
In amount of cases, it's risen dramatically. So, given the winter months and knowing what you can get in the winter months, I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, some people even question another lockdown. Do you think football will end up back in lockdown?
I don't know. Depends how bad it gets.
The problem is that football will always be that index of testing out social procedures. So it may be that there'll be a pause and then it'll come back as like a how do you call it, a lab rat kind of thing, just testing out stuff to make sure it's safe for everyone else to go. It's been
like they did last time.
Yeah. Football and sport is always going to be like a lab rat. It's just going to test whether it's safe for people to go out. It's been like that for generations.
They'll put everyone in a bubble if needs be. Similar to what they've done in the NBA with the playoffs. If it comes down to it's a lockdown, they'll just get 3 or 4 pitches, say in the Midlands, put everybody in a bubble, get testing for everyone, and they'll do it like that. They'll lose way too much money on the Premier League being gone
they were supposed to do that.
Season. See them doing that.
They were supposed to do that before, and they did. No, sorry to interrupt you. They were supposed to do that before, and they didn't. No. Remember this whole thing of they'll find a neutral location with 3 or 4 pitches, or they'll play at St. James's or whatever, but they didn't do that.
No, but they're prepared now.
They didn't end because pitches were opened up, but similar to what they did with the Europa League and the Champions League, they'll do that with the Premier League if needs be. If it was say to go on tomorrow, they'd lose way too much money, so they'd find a way. They always find a way with these type of things.
I don't know if you guys, you probably won't, but I know that in cricket they're only using one ground, so they only use one ground all the games. For cricket,
No,
they're
it's
just
just
using
one.
one stadium.
Yeah, it's just Old Trafford. It's
Yeah,
one
there's
each
too many games.
ODI/Test.
To be honest, there's too many games to do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna need 3 or 4. But
Yeah, they
'cause
would. I
20
think they would
teams.
just pick 3 or 4 Midlands. That's what I think they do. Yeah, they pick 3 or 4 from like Midlands or something like that. They pick a place for the grounds. They wouldn't use one.
Or
They'd
maybe
use,
or
and the
maybe have
Midlands has plenty
everything.
of grounds for that.
Or maybe have it in like
No, I
London.
think
London is massive. Like
I'd put it in
Yeah.
the Tottenham
Maybe London. Yeah,
Stadium because
London's definitely out.
it's new. The Tottenham
Yeah,
Stadium,
London's out.
White Hart Lane, because it's new and it's massive and it's got
Yeah.
loads of like new facilities and it's modern. I just think good stadium.
the Spurs going to charge the EFA like they've charged the government, right?
Sick.
Because we all got like, I'm sorry that Spurs decided to let the government use their stadium for the coronavirus pandemic, and now they want money out of them.
All right, Mazel. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I don't know.
If it's true, that's not.
That's what's been reported.
I know.
It reported around the same time that we were getting rid of 54 staff.
I know that City offered the stadium and like the medical services, but then again, City's ground is just next level. It's just incredible if you've seen it.
Here's the thing with the Etihad, it's always empty anyway.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Flawless. Can I just do a public service announcement? If you're gonna say how dead this channel is, you're gonna get immediate timed out. Okay, I'm not gonna have negativity on this chat on Steven's channel. I won't.
No, it's not even that.
What happened?
Why are you watching it? It's a
Yeah.
dead channel. That's what I don't understand.
It's
Because
Because people are haters. Man. People are haters.
Wait,
Haters
where was
don't
this?
be
What
haters.
happened?
No, just because
What happened?
the Ash Sharma dude, I had to time out because he was saying how dead this channel is, and I just immediately timed him out. I'm like, I'm not gonna tolerate him.
Well, I've already had the same troll, so I come back on again.
yeah.
Man, haters
that's
gonna
two
be
trolls.
haters, bro.
That's two
Where
trolls
was
I've timed
this?
out in this podcast because people were saying how dead this channel is, and
All-
yet they're watching it.
All I'd say is you get a camera, record a video, or go live and see how easy it is to grow subscribers and grow a platform.
All luck.
Mm.
Just hoping.
This is honestly,
Honestly,
Stephen,
honest-
your channel is like my favorite channel, like on YouTube. The one
Oh,
that I like the
thank you. That means
most.
a lot. That means a lot. I mean, I'm just going to quickly show you at the minute, right? And I really didn't want to show this on camera, but this is what happens to my face in the morning. I don't know if you can see it, but I will.
Brightness.
Brightness. I'll try and get
Could
the
you just
brightness.
explain what it is?
It's just a picture of my face, and it's very swollen.
That's what I thought I saw. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's my face in the morning because at the minute the level goes when my levels go down, it can't absorb the fluid. So what happens is fluid builds up in my face when I lie down. So in the morning, my face is full up with fluid, and gradually over the day it goes back down again. But in the morning, I look like
It's not good.
No, it just looks like I've been through about 10 rounds on Mike Tyson. Right, it looks like I've been in a street fight.
Yeah, no, that's sad.
But in the end, it doesn't bother me. I still, I don't care if people think it's dead or not. I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do. And it's
Yeah, man.
I
Hate
know
for the hate, man. Ignore them people. Them.
Haters gonna be haters, as they always say.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's one of those. If their life's that sad, they've got to hate. Then
But you know what's interesting is that they say it's dead, and yet there's lots of people still watching it, so they can say it's dead all they want, and and if it's so dead, why don't you guys set it up, as you said, set up a channel and make your own channel and tell me how, and show me how it's done.
And this is like a charity-ish channel, like it's for all this liver.
yeah, I mean the only thing I haven't really been able to
disease
do
stuff.
charity stuff. I mean the only reason I haven't been able to do the charity stuff that I wanted to do at the minute, is that I've not been well enough to do both, and the pre-recorded stuff I want to do in the morning, but because my face gets filled up, I can't do it. So, but the charity are well on board with it and supporting it, and actually the Just Giving page that I'm supposed to take down has raised £611 for the charity actually.
Yo, that's massive, man.
It's
That's
good.
major.
By the way, everyone in the chat
Major.
who has donated, thanks a lot. That's like
Big up everyone.
expected. So
No, well done. 611. That's amazing. Well done. That's fully deserved.
That's gonna make a lot of difference.
yeah, it's going to provide
real.
so much light and research.
Facts.
So, but yeah, we've come to the end of today's show. Hope everyone's in the chats enjoyed it. Like even haters are like
Haters gonna hate.
yeah, but obviously
Facts.
they're enjoying the channel if they're coming on.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, haters just gonna get extra views now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't if you really want, you can check like the last troll that Marcus and I were on Sunday, right? But, yeah,
Oh god.
yeah, it was literally the biggest
That was
on
awful.
YouTube. But there you go. Yeah, and I'll leave it with none of us Prime. Anything you want to say before going?
Liverpool, Chelsea, interesting game. Be one for the favourites to watch. Man United, Crystal Palace should be a good game. West Ham, Arsenal. That will be interesting to see how West Ham, the players anyway, respond. They should turn up for a London derby. Was it Spurs, Southampton? Spurs will win it, but hopefully Jose could pull something. But yeah, the Prem's back, man, and it's just interesting to let's just get things kicking and rolling quickly so we can start, comparing things.
Who is City?
On your socials as well.
Who is City playing on Monday? I think it is, isn't it?
Oh, they're playing Wolves.
Who is City playing?
Wolves.
Oh, that's gonna be a tight game.
That's a tight game. But yeah, find you on all your socials, Brian.
Yeah, Latimus Prime X on Twitter and Latimus Prime 8, number 8 on Twitch.
Yeah, you're still doing your stuff
That's
on
a sick
Twitch.
name, by the way.
Thank you.
Flawless.
You didn't notice, but Prime actually likes Transformers.
No, I do. Yeah, I actually do. Michael Bay stuff, the animated stuff, I don't care about, but Michael Bay, yes.
Nah.
Flawless. Any last words?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on the channel. Make sure to everyone watching, whether you're watching live or watching this back, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button as well. Obviously, support because it's YouTube. Doing this YouTube footballing thing is not easy. Like it's a lot of hard graft, and you have to take a lot of shit as well. So make sure you support your favorite YouTubers. So make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button on the video as well.
Notifications.
And catch me on Yeah, man, facts. And catch me Twitter and Instagram. That's me, Flawless. The Sarcasm City podcast every Sunday. That's on YouTube. We go live. That's a non-footballing podcast. So we just talk all types of madness on there. Go subscribe to Sarcasm City. That's that.
Talking about
and Flawless and Ram, make sure you guys come back here because that's not doing madness and you go disappearing.
I will be back.
Nah. I'll be back. We'll be back. Yeah. I'll be back.
This show will be on next week. Right.
The words of Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll be back. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
He only spoke 16 lines in that film.
Yeah, it'll definitely be back next. It's supposed to be every Wednesday. If I'm not in hospital, it'll definitely be back next week. If not, it'll be a struggle. Depends on the internet signal. But obviously, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Marcus, actually, where can I find you on Twitter or anything? Marcus?
Oh, my internet's really bad. Yeah?
Yeah, can we find you on Twitter or anything that I can keep you posted?
I know. I try to stay off social media. It just makes me feel bad whenever I go on it.
There's a very valid point. Rams?
Yeah, just follow my Twitter at LRB Rams. I'll be doing some madness, saying some random stuff. Just doing my thing.
He'll be crying.
Occasionally argue with Latimus Prime.
He'll be arguing. He'll be crying after Sunday on Twitter, so check him out.
All right, cool.
All right, he'll come back. If he'll be doing it, if he loses, he won't be back on next week's show.
Nah. I'll be back.
Don't worry, I'll make sure he's back. Or I'll be crying on Sunday. Either way.
I definitely want both of you back. Just put you two in the middle and just try out. TD.
Yeah, obviously follow me on my socials, TD at TD_shifts on Twitter and at TD_shifts for Instagram. Follow me. Follow me on socials and hopefully speak to you guys soon.
Yeah, and also if I'm not in hospital, the live watch along for Arsenal West Ham should be this Saturday at 8. 8:30. So TD, you be able to join us for that?
Yeah. Just send us a message and I should be able to, yeah.
I'll let you know if I'm in hospital or not. I can do it. Other than that, thanks for watching. Take care and speak to you guys soon.
Ciao.
See ya.